Can you spot the lie? Welcome to Fact or Fake. Hollywood is full of glitz, glamour, and some of the wildest rumors you've ever heard. Today, we're putting your celebrity knowledge to the test. We've got 15 mind-blowing statements about the world's biggest stars. Some are unbelievable truths, and others are total fabrications. Can you tell which is which? Let's begin. First up, Jack Nicholson grew up believing his biological mother was actually his sister. That is a fact. He discovered the truth from a journalist when he was 37 years old. His grandmother had raised him to avoid social scandal. Next, the legendary Walt Disney was cryogenically frozen after his death to be revived later. That is fake. Despite the famous urban legend, Disney was actually cremated and his remains are in California. Did you know Steve Buscemi returned to his old job as a firefighter to help at Ground Zero on 9/11? That is a fact. He worked 12-hour shifts digging through rubble and refused any media attention. There is a long-standing rumor that Richard Gere once had an emergency hospital visit involving a gerbil. That is fake. This is a classic Hollywood urban legend with absolutely no medical evidence to support it. Believe it or not, Christopher Walken worked as a professional lion tamer before he became a famous actor. That is a fact. At 16, he performed in a circus with a lioness named Sheba. Many people believe that the iconic Marilyn Monroe was born with 6 toes on one of her feet. That is fake. This rumor started from a single confusing photo, but other pictures clearly show 10 toes. Moving on, Nicolas bought a massive 9-foot-tall stone pyramid to serve as his future tomb. That is a fact. The tomb is located in a famous New Orleans cemetery and even has a Latin inscription. Lady Gaga is so afraid of spirits that she spent $50,000 on a professional ghost detecting machine. That is a fact. She reportedly had her tour venues swept for paranormal activity before performing. In the 90s, fans claimed the singer Prince had his lower ribs removed to become more flexible. That is fake. This was a bizarre playground rumor that has been debunked by his doctors and associates. At a 1982 concert, Ozzy Osbourne famously bit the head off a real living bat. That is a fact. He thought it was a rubber toy until it bit him back, leading to rabies shots. For decades, theorists have claimed that Elvis Presley faked his death and is still living in secret. That is fake. While sightings are common, the king of rock and roll passed away in 1977. Angelina Jolie and Billy Bob Thornton famously wore vials of each other's blood around their necks. That is a fact. They wore small lockets containing a single drop of blood as a romantic gesture. In an interview, Tom Cruise admitted to eating his daughter's placenta for its health benefits. That is fake. While he joked about the idea, he later confirmed it was just a strange comment. Actor Matthew McConaughey has refused to wear any deodorant or cologne for over 30 years. That is a fact. He prefers his natural scent, and even his co-stars have confirmed his unique hygiene. Finally, a massive conspiracy theory claims Paul McCartney actually died in 1966 and was replaced by a double. That is fake. This famous hoax used supposed clues in album covers, but Paul is still very much alive. How many did you get right? Comment your score below. Subscribe and hit the bell for more fact or fake challenges every day. See you in the next one.